scared of these women my damn self. I just was driving my car and I seen some girl putting all this construction behind a truck. Now, I really get it, ladies, that we can do everything a man do, but god damn, I'm not made for that. So I just want to tell the men, please don't put me in a category with the women that think they could do everything and hollering out they don't need a man, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm tired of put air, I'm gas, everything. I'm tired. I'm tired of driving. I miss being a passenger seat princess. So please separate me and don't put me in a category with the girls that think they could do everything. They're going to live their life being a man. And I don't want to do that. I want to live my purpose, and I was born a woman, so I want to be just that. Separate me from these motherfuckers. I don't want to be no man. I want a man. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't want no man. I don't need a man, but I do want a man. Well, I need a goddamn man. Because it's just some things that men do that a woman just can't. You feel?
Yeah, I feel you. And I think that most women, if they had that sentiment, they would actually get the results. And so shout out to her. Shout out to some of the women that's starting to wake up and have a different perspective of what life is supposed to be. A lot of them is too late because a lot of them thought that they didn't need a man. And then they found themselves by themselves having to do a lot of the hard stuff. You know what's so funny? We always forget and we have short memories. But I remember during the 2008 crisis, it was hard for everybody. I remember during the pandemic, and women suffered the most. Like, that's statistics. I don't even have to talk about my own anecdotal experience. We could just go based off of the numbers. The ones that got laid off the most were women. The ones that are getting evicted the most right now are women because the rent moratorium is up. The ones that are losing their homes, the review videos that I see on a regular basis on a Millionaire Morning Show of people saying that they getting finessed. Yo, look, earlier today, and I did drop the video. I had the opportunity, and I love this, and this is the thing that men actually love. I had the opportunity today to take my wife's car. I got it washed because, I usually come down to the city on Sundays or random days. Like sometimes I stay out there, sometimes I don't or whatever. But today I'm down in the city, as you can see, and it's absolutely beautiful. I wish I can give y'all this view. I actually can't give you the view. Let me give y'all a little bit of it. It's absolutely beautiful, and I can see the whole city waiting on my chairs. That's Canada over there across the river, all of that, right? And so I'm down here, and because my office is literally 5 minutes away, and we got the draft that's coming up. And I took my wife's car and I got it washed and I gassed it up and I made sure that it was clean and everything like that. And then I took my daughter's car, and she's 16, but I treat her practically the same as I treat my wife, and they treat me similarly. If my wife is out of town, my daughter absolutely makes sure that she takes care of the household as far as making sure it's clean, doing her chores. She cooked for me. She asked me if I need anything. She literally is just like, a reflection of my wife. And so, I took her car and I got it washed, and she needed some windshield wiper fluid. And I said, Les, what is wrong with you? She said, oh my God, it was so many bugs. I guess it's the way that my truck is built. And so I got her stuff gassed up and everything like that. And they are passenger princesses also. And, my goal for them is to never need or want for anything, especially for my wife, and then secondary my daughter, because my daughter is going to be under my covering until she eventually I walk her down the aisle and I pass her over to her husband. So it's going to be cover to cover. And so they'll never know what it feels like. Like my wife, since she was in her early 20s, 21, 22 years old, she's never known what it felt like to go out here and hustle like a man. From the minute that she had my daughter at 26, I worked 2 jobs. I did what I had to do. We grinded, we hustled, and she works for me now, and she doesn't work for anybody, and that's by choice, right? She has the option to do what she want to do, but she chooses to work for me and be up under me because that allows for her to learn more. She can glean my knowledge, and then more importantly, she gets to spend more time with me, and that's her preference. And I don't know where this thing came from where women are saying that they don't need a man. That's very weird to me because life is always better when you have the opposite sex as a husband for women, and then you become the beneficiary of his greatness. And so now women are saying, and you know what the funny thing is about it? When you go through some of these comments of these videos that y'all send me, there be women that be so pissed and mad, and they be calling these women pygmies, and they be going off. And the women is like, listen, I don't care because I ain't never gonna be fucking you anyway. So what difference do it make? I'm trying to shoot my shot. I'm trying to find the right dude. I ain't trying to be out here putting up construction cones. And Kevin Samuels had it right when he said that pressure was made for shoulders, not hips. Yo, y'all purpose on this earth is to be a help me. You got a completely different build, and just because we have similarities does not mean that we're supposed to be doing the same thing. And the fact that y'all lean into masculinity, even though you are supposed to be leaning more into femininity, and then men are supposed to be leaning more into their masculinity, then it doesn't mean that we don't have emotions or we don't feel things, but we have two different purposes on this earth, and men's purpose largely is to build and protect, and women's purpose is to be a help me. And I don't know where we got crossed up in that, and that now women are talking about they don't ever need a man. Okay, that's the thing. Like, we're not desperate. We're not pushing for you to need a man, because we're going to get better over time and with age. And then the biggest thing that we have to deal with as men as a whole, not me in particular, but as a whole, is we then have to figure out whether or not it makes sense for me to choose you or choose you, and making sure that you have the right mentality, or you actually coming into this thing the right way. And with that's our biggest problem, is that it's too many options. And so, guys that are leveling up and continuing to become the best version of themselves, they don't have the same problems as the dudes that you think is desperate to be with you. And so you saying that you don't need a man, and men are saying, okay, so like I got a whole bunch of other options. I'm not really tripping off of you. It's so many people on this earth, and the globe is our oyster, and it's always going to be ours. It doesn't matter how much you advocate, no matter how much you protest, no matter how much you try to put us under duress. Once men wake up and they exercise a level of clarity and discipline, and they can see things exactly for what it is, and they wake up, then they start to make better decisions, and then you start to price yourself out, and then you start to, at some point, take what you can get instead of getting the thing that was the best for you. And most of the time, women walk away from the thing that was best for them to go with the guy that then ruins their life, and then they start to try to hold another man accountable for trying to fix them and be their step baby daddy, and going down that pathway. And we all know that that's disaster, because I would never advocate for a man to do something that I wouldn't do, and that's to be a step crash dummy, a step baby daddy. And so, it's wake up, wake up, wake the fuck up, wake up. It's time to put away childish games. And it's time to be an adult and a grown-up before it's too late. You have a finite amount of time to do anything on this earth. Every single piece, every single moment, every second, it counts. And you have to make it count. And you got to take advantage of it and stop being so childish. Y'all act like y'all in high school. Grow up. Wake up, grow up, stop trying to be men. Men, stop trying to be women, and get y'all lives together so that y'all can get the thing that's best for you. Not what you think you deserve, but what's best for you. And then live blissfully, happily ever after. It don't mean that you're never going to have no problems, but it does mean that life is that much better, and it's that much fruitful for you, because now you get all of the things that God had for you and intended for you to have, instead of feasting and famine and problems and troubles and issues and problems. Listen, bro, you don't need that. I don't want that. All I want is peace in my life. But occasionally I got to go out here and slay some demons, slay some dragons. But, we get to that later. Listen, I'm curious as to what you guys think. Do you agree with her? Ladies, do you agree with her? Fellas, do you agree with her? Or do you think that it's something that I missed, and it's a completely different approach that I should have took in this reaction video? I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for continuing to rock with me. Also, make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And then I'm going to continue to tap in on After Hours and the Millionaire Morning Show in the morning. And we're going to get to it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.